Hi and welcome to the music show on TPTV. My guest today is the brilliant Daniel James, formerly of Yell, who's here to tell us all about his latest wonderful release, Silent Night, Oh Holy Night, the Gospel Mix. Daniel, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Just finished a tour around the country, switching Christmas lights on and doing my set. So I'm home today to do some interviews, and then I'm off again for Christmas Eve for another gig.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, I've been looking at the socials and seeing you all over the country doing a variety of things. Tell us, what have you been up to?
Well, really all started on the 30th of October. I had a gig in Darlington for Resilient Business Systems, and I do like a 45-minute set now. I've got the Yell hits. I do some of my own, some great new material. I do some 80s and 90s classics like Wherever I Lay My Hat, True, Spandau Ballet, Love is in the Air. It's a really great set. So that kick-started the tour. And then all the way through November and in the last the December, I've been going around towns and cities, helping to switch on the lights and doing Silent Night, Oh Holy Night, the gospel mix, and also most places doing my set. So literally, um, I've had no days off since the 30th of October. I'm not moaning because the record's, it's being downloaded, and I'm selling a load of merch. I'm just going to get a little card to show you because nowadays every self-respecting artist has one of those, and that is the QR code. And if people would like to go to my website, they can see the video for the new single, the gospel mix. They can see the original mix. There's loads of my promo on there, plus the merch. Because nowadays, the only way an artist makes money, it's not from Spotify or Amazon or iTunes, because we get something like zero point 0.5 of a pence. Um, the way you make money nowadays is write your own material, do live gigs and merch. We've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got bobble hats, we've got mugs, we've got bags, the whole caboodle. So if anyone fancies buying anyone a birthday gift or a late Christmas present, they're still open now, and people can go shopping and take a look at all the merch.
So head to the website. Remind us what the website is.
www.thedanieljames.com, not to be confused with the football player, although I'm not bad on the pitch.
Well, hey, how's the boys holding up?
Do you know what? This morning I'm a bit husky, but I think that's, when you're rushing around and then you suddenly stop and your body sort of goes, "Oh, you stop rushing around now. The adrenaline can stop." I think that's probably what's happened. So this morning I'm going, and I'm thinking, am I catching something? Of course, it's all in the mind. It's psychosomatic. So I'll be back on the road. I'm back in rehearsals on Monday, and then Tuesday we're going up to Lancashire. I'm actually going for two reasons. One, I'm singing at midnight mass, um, at St James's Church, Briarcliff, near Burnley. The lovely vicar there, Mike Reed, asked me to perform it a couple of years ago, and we couldn't do it because of schedules. But it's so fitting this year because I've got the gospel mix of the song, and I'm actually going to be performing it live at midnight mass. But Liz Kershaw, the ex Radio 1 DJ and TV personality, recently brought my attention on Twitter, on X, to this pie shop not far away from the church. And it's called Sissy's Bakery. And it's apparently a fabulous bakery, but they're doing something in the town which is putting the bakery in danger. And it's been there a long, long time. So I'm going to Sissy's Bakery, A, because I love pies, Lancashire pies especially. So I'm going to go to Sissy's Bakery on Christmas Eve and maybe do some socials. And then, as I say, in the evening, I'm going to sing Silent Night or Holy Night at midnight mass.
That sounds it sounds fantastic. Just don't do what I did yesterday. And I went in and had a Greg's festive special and burnt my lip. So and took all the all the skin off my lip. So don't do that before you sing in church.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's inside the pie that it's piping hot. I think you're supposed to, as your mum would say, you're supposed to chew it first, Tim.
Tell me, on the food thing, I was chuckling to myself at what you did to Mike Reed.
Oh my I tell you what, that it didn't really do it justice on the camera, but we turned up, I think it was about 20 past 7. He just started the breakfast show, and we had got the biggest fry up, actually for me and for him and for a couple of the crew. And we literally turned up at his radio station and we went in, and he was literally talking on air, reading some stats out, and we crept round and surprised him. And I tell you what, I've known Mike Reed for the last 5 years. I've never seen a look on his face like I saw last week. I thought the man was going to have a coronary, bless him, or something. It was just his eyes were so wide. You know when you watch those old cartoons of Tom and Jerry, and he gets banged on the head with something, and the eyes go. Well, my week was just because it's the last thing I expected. He's in a locked studio, but we'd already made arrangements. We'd already made arrangements with the guy that films the Heritage Chart TV show. He met us there and he snuck us in. And so we filmed it as we were going upstairs. Well, Dave did, and he filmed it as we went in. And then it was over the moon. And he, to be honest with you, Mike can eat 10 breakfasts. But obviously, because he was on air, he was doing a link and a bit of a chat, and then he'd go back and he'd have a sausage, and then he'd come back and he'd be still chewing the sausage while he was doing another link. But it was a great morning, and as I say, it's great to be in the Heritage Chart. I'm number 4, and it would be lovely if people could give me a vote. They go to my website. There's a little red button on there. They can also go to the Heritage Chart, which is www.heritagechart.co.uk. But to be honest with you, Tim, I'm looking forward. As soon as I've done midnight mass, and have a little rest, but I've got 3 tracks in the bag already for next year. So in my head, I'm already thinking about next year.
Please, can you come back on? Can you tell us all about in the new year what the new tracks are?
Yeah.
But tell us, you mentioned the gospel mix. It is a great version. I've been listening to it non-stop. Can you tell us a little bit about the song?
Yeah, well, I originally recorded it with a guy called Stuart Epps, who worked with Elton John from being about 16. And Stuart's produced Oasis, Robbie Williams. So anyway, recorded the original version with Stuart Epps. But this summer, I was doing a road show in Brighton, and I got a tap on the shoulder after I'd sung. And this guy, I spun round and he said, "Hi, I'm Joe Ward." And I looked at him and I said, "I know this is a long shot. Your dad's not called Clyde, is he?" And he said, "You bang on." And basically, I'd worked with Clyde Ward years ago on a couple of singles that never actually came out. Well, Clyde and his son are now called Ward, W asterisk A asterisk R asterisk D. And they write and produce for loads of artists. They've just recently done the big hit for Right Said Fred, Wunderbar. Anyway, Joe and I got talking and we got on really well. We had a cup of tea. Within a week, I was down at their studio on the South Coast, and I got them, caught up with Clyde and his missus. We went upstairs to the studio, 1:15. By 5:30, we had written. I'd had something in my head on the way down. So when I got there, I said, "Put some beats on. I've got an idea." By 5:30, we'd finished, and I'm telling you, it's a banger. It's a real banger. It's called Hands Up, and that's going to be one of the tracks for next year. Anyway, as I was leaving, they said, "What are you doing for Christmas?" So I told them all about Silent Night, Oh Holy Night, and I said, "I'd really like a gospel mix," and we swapped notes and ideas. I left it with them, and within a week, they'd sent me the most beautiful, beautiful mix because they do loads of remixes, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and that's how it came about. So if I hadn't have done the road show, wouldn't have met up with Joe, wouldn't have written Hands Up, and we wouldn't have this gorgeous, gorgeous gospel mix of Silent Night, Oh Holy Night. Fate.
Daniel, whereabouts, it definitely fake. Whereabouts can people vote for it and get hold of it?
Well, then get me you know what? I love people looking at my socials because nowadays it's all about the socials, you know, how many followers and how many views. So I've just gone on TikTok about in the last month or 2. So I'm just learning the ropes of TikTok. So they get me on TikTok, they can get me Daniel James on Insta, they can get me on Facebook, and they can get me on X, and of course my website www.thedanieljames.com. Just clock that, the QI code. They can look at all my music, all my interviews, the videos, and of course the merch. And also they can go to my website and say, It'd be lovely if they would like and subscribe.
I'm looking forward to catching up in the new year, and we'll have to sort that out. Daniel, can I just wish you a great Christmas and a happy and prosperous 2026? I nearly said 2025. Um, can we finish off, please? Would you like to introduce the song?
Firstly, also wish you a very happy Christmas and your viewers and listeners, and a very exciting new year for you, sir. It's Silent Night, O Holy Night, the Gospel.
Sleep in heavenly peace. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth.